Hello, everyone. I'm Cheldin Barlatt Rumer, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It TV. I'm excited to introduce you to our next guest. I'd love for him to introduce himself, his first and last name, and the name of his business.
Craig Kimmel, Kimmel and Silverman PC, consumer attorneys.
Okay, now, this is a crazy time, my friend, is it not?
It is very crazy for all of us.
It is a crazy time. And the interesting thing, what you really said that really hits it home, a lot of us, whether it be individuals, entrepreneurs, small business owners, etc., have really thought, oh my gosh, this is happening to me. But ultimately, it is happening to everyone, and everybody's kind of going through it. What types of things are you up to right now to help your consumers and your clients navigate this space?
Well, whenever we deal with a situation of any type, the first thing we ask ourselves is, how are our clients affected? And in this situation, it's not a difficult question to answer because everybody's been affected. And for our clients, financially, how are they being affected as far as their debt and credit problems, income problems, and what if something's happened that they've purchased which is no longer available, and are they getting satisfaction or a refund for what it is that they've purchased if it cannot be made available during these times?
Wow, wow. Now, if an individual, I'm sure that the number of people that you work with are at different stages of that process, right? So whether or not, they're in the midst of it, they're nervous about what's happening in the future, how do you work with them directly? So I'm concerned, I'm looking for representation, I'm looking for answers. Do I just call? Is it a consultation? How do we begin the process?
Well, as any consumer attorney will tell you, the
Yeah.
easiest thing to do is to be available for your clients in any way you can be. So what we do is we have a website. We have actually three websites for what we do. We do lemon law, we do debt and credit work, and we do refund claims. So for this conversation, COVID-19 refundclaims.com is
Wow.
what we're really featuring right now, because we're all sitting around looking at our lives and we're all seeing what's happening, how to fix problems, and how to keep problems from happening going forward. The
Yeah.
biggest issue we're seeing with consumers right now are problems arising because of, for example, they've purchased a ticket, let's say for an airplane trip or
Yes.
an airline, and now they don't know what to do. The trip has been canceled, the lines are busy, they're not getting satisfaction, they're being told certain things that aren't happening, they're being told they're going to receive a refund that's not appearing on their credit card. What can they do?
Yeah.
Some companies, actually a lot of companies, are trying to alter programs to provide people refunds, and they're trying to change their policies. So instead of a refund, Mrs. Jones, we're going to give you a voucher. And
Yeah.
you have to use this voucher at some point in the future by a certain date under these conditions. And even though it's not what you really wanted to purchase, this is all that's available to you. And the consumer is left with a choice. Do I take it or do I not? Well,
Right.
what we do is we say you don't have to face that choice,
Right.
because let's say, for example, with an airline ticket,
Mhm.
the flight's been canceled. It was supposed to happen last month, or it's going to happen this month. It's been canceled. What do?
Right.
Well, if the provider cannot give you what you paid for that airline ticket, you're entitled to a full refund. Let's say you buy it with a credit card. Your
Right.
credit card will allow you to recover your money, despite what the airline might say about a voucher system. Or let's say that you bought it with a travel rewards program,
Right.
and the travel rewards people are saying, oh, well, we'll give you a voucher, but we're not going to give you your points back. And your response is, well, wait a second. I wanted to go to this place.
Right.
I can't go there now. I don't necessarily want to go there next year, especially if this pandemic continues. I'm
Right.
not trusting that what you're giving me is what I've paid for. I would like my points or my money refunded to me. What
Right.
do? You call us. COVID-19refundclaims.com, 1-800-NOT-FAIR. We help people free of charge because we can get our attorney's fees paid
Right.
by the company in addition to what we get our clients. And if we can't recover, there's no charge.
Wow. There's so much to digest that I'm absolutely excited about, because I think that that's a concern. I mean, for us as a family of four, we were planning on in mid-April to go to Disney World. Right?
Mhm.
Beautiful plan for a year, the whole thing. And so my husband is negotiating, he's figuring it all out, he's making it make sense. But there's fear, especially in folks that don't necessarily have the resources, know how, the art of negotiation, the interest in negotiation. I mean, I
Just
think
getting somebody on the phone to answer your call when you ask them the question.
exactly, and feeling confident that the answer that you're getting is in your best interest and not in the best interest of the company. What you said initially that I think is really, really interesting is the fact that they're changing their policies without you necessarily even knowing it. You know, it wasn't the initial policy, it wasn't that little check mark that you agreed to at the end before the transaction happened. Now there's additional small print, additional asterisks that you're not necessarily aware of. Do you and your team help you navigate that space as well?
Sure. And in most cases, no matter what the contract says,
Yeah.
it's not going to cover this type of an event. So what the consumer never bargained for was giving their money for zero or for a promise.
Right.
So, for example, there are some, I will say, there are some bands, for example, that have concerts that
Yeah.
are being rescheduled. And if you go to their website, all it will say is, hey, the concert's been rescheduled, all tickets are being honored, here's the new date.
Right.
Well, what if that's not a good date for you, or that's not the celebration you wish to have at that place, or if it's just not an opportunity that you can take yourself and go to?
Yeah.
What then? Well, they're silent as to that because they don't want to provide a refund because they've spent some money and they don't want to give it back. Another example would be, and this is actually a very good one that I recently came across.
Right.
What about your cable bill? What about your sports programming that's included in your cable bill? There's no sports right now. You're paying for something that is not being provided to you. You didn't pay for a rerun. You didn't pay for three talking heads to talk about sports not happening. You
Right.
paid for live events. So if you can't get that, arguably there are cases out there where people are filing suit to get a percentage of their cable bill refunded to them because they're not getting what they paid for. So you have to think in terms of my money going out, which is all too precious right now.
Right, for sure.
Am I getting what I paid for? Am I entitled to part of that back? And I don't want to hear or see a stop sign in my face when I'm
Yeah.
told that I want to get what I paid for. And that's what companies are trying to do right now. And if you see, there are measures in place right now, attempts by certain people in government who are trying to pass laws to prevent businesses from being responsible in that way to their customers. And what we do is we immediately, before that type of law can pass, we immediately pursue a claim for our clients to get them what they paid for.
I absolutely love what you are doing. We always talk about knowing what you know and knowing what you don't know, and really being armed with information and knowledge. And I think that there's a level of education that you provide to your clients as well as to how to navigate this. And I think that people don't know what they're entitled to, or they just believe whatever I mean, to be quite honest, the representative who has the script is told what to tell them, you know,
Right.
during that transaction. And I think having truly an army of people to be able to step in between that conversation and advocate for them is a wonderful thing. So if we want our folks that follow Fan and like us to follow Fan and like you, to get in touch with you to learn more about the services that you offer, where would they find that information?
Well, if it's a refund claim, it would be COVID-19 refundclaims.com. If it's a problem with a car, lemonlaw.com. If it's a problem with a debt or a creditor, it would be creditlaw.com.
Okay, so you cover everything and everything is covered. And I absolutely love that. It has been a complete pleasure speaking to you. Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Oh, this is wonderful information, guys. You know, we love to share and make sure that you know what you don't know. We want to give you as much information as possible and connect you to all the right people. From all of us here at This Is It TV, I'm Cheldin Barlatt Rumer, and we're looking forward to seeing you again soon. Take care.